a double feature by UK's filmmaker Phil West and a 3D fan. Double feature: Escape from Crazy Island, and Fractured Island. Both shot in native 3D, except in some areas where iPop's 3D's Andrew Murchie has converted it. Now here's behind it, the back of the cover, and I'll read it to you. LST's double bill. Put on your 3D glasses. The ultimate at evil. Escape from Crazy Island 3D. And LST Studios present Fracture Island in 3D. Screened in real 3D. Screened in real 3D. Escape from Crazy Island 3D. A fracking site on a small UK island has hit a pocket of poisonous gas contaminations in the air and water supply, turning people into violent psychopaths. Zoe, a scientist from frack site, and James, an escaped prisoner, band together and fight for survival to get off the island and alive, and while finding out what this poisonous gas really is. A fun horror film with 30 pop-outs and a nod to 80s Italian horror. Fractured Island. A woman wakes up stranded on an island with no idea who she is, where she is, how she has got there. As strange inhabitants conspire against her, she fights for her life with a chance of uncovering the shocking truth. A psychological horror similar to shows like Outer Limits and The Twilight Zone, but in unnerving 3D. Now I heard they had trouble raising up the funds to finish the picture, but they did. Starring the Phil West players, some of them were in the Great Bank Heist. I think it was last year or a year earlier. Now this movie was shot in 2.5 days. For such a small budget, it's pretty good. Now, in this small island, something bad is going on. Some mysterious gases keep coming up from the ground, stemming from a fracking company, causing people to become mad, becoming zombies and cannibals. This is a day version of the Night of the Living Dead. Now, Kate Cantel plays a prisoner who breaks away from prison when everybody goes mad, and Cordelia Harding portrays a scientist who is checking the whole island area about these gases. As he runs in the woods, he sees all the other prisoners also chasing after him, and they seem to be killing each other too, like they don't know what they're doing. And then when Zoe is a scientist, she's checking everything around this trailer. It could be her home, or maybe it's part of the fracking company. But she goes into this trailer and makes this analysis to see what is going on with all these gases. Payne Cantel breaks into Cordelia's trailer, and then she's afraid he might be one of those zombie cannibals after her, but he tells her that he's normal. And they both make plans to leave the island. Another person, a prison guard, shows up, and she's less worried about Kane being out of prison because she wants to see her family. So then they all make plans to escape from that island, but the problem is she drinks that water, dirty water, when she goes to the bathroom, and all of a sudden she eventually becomes a zombie, and both Cordelia and Cain have to kill her. Now, as they both run into the woods, they're confronted by military men from the mainland, and it turns out they're killing a lot of these citizens in order to contain the disease. Now, both end up in this mysterious community center, and from Cordelia's backpack, she has an instant chemistry set. So she puts it together to see what the hell's going on, while Cain looks for some food. And it turns out that this gas ain't natural, it's synthetic. But all of a sudden they end up hiding, because more military men comes up from, one of them starts, Richard Harding. I don't know if she's related to him or not, same name, but anyway, from what they're hearing from these military men, the gas comes from a 70s experiment that was later discovered by the government, and everybody got mad in England. They decided to hide it in this island. So it had nothing to do with the fracking company. Both fight to run off the island as all these zombies chase after them both, and they finally get into the water. But you see, there's hardly any water. The effects of fracking has dried up half of which is now semi-dry land, and they discover that the zombies have phobia towards water, so they're safe. And so there's this empty building, so she's going to go to that empty building and find a cure for this problem. In the second feature, Fractured Island, it's a psychological drama, and it's a featurette, about 49 minutes. A woman played by Imogen Kingsley Smith finds herself in the woods being chased by two people, one fat guy and fat woman, played by Madeline McQueen. The other actor is unnamed. Once she's confronted by the two people, she's forced to defend herself, to kill off the man and beat up the woman. All of a sudden, you find herself at a psychiatrist, with the psychiatrist played by the same actor that played the boss in Fractured Island. It seems like that it's an occurring dream she keeps on having over and over and over again, and that's why she's going to the therapist to stop it. All of a sudden, Cain Cantel shows up in her dream to help her. And even similarly, the psychiatrist ends up in her dream. Well, it turns out it's a blocked memory that she blocked when she was a little girl, when she was confronted by her brother dying in an accident, and seeing that her parents had to take their dead son to the hospital. Well, once the psychiatrist puts her on a better therapy system, where she finds that the same people are chasing her, that she gets off the same island that was used in Escape from Fractured Island. Once she finishes therapy, it turns out that man who helped her in her dream was actually her boyfriend. And those were her two parents. And then her mother tried to explain to her that they didn't kill her, kill her brother. He died, and they had to take him to the hospital. There's no way they can call an ambulance. They were in a wooded area. And it seems like that's what she's going through going to the therapist for. I found this to be very unusual for a 3D movie to focus on psychology. Now, I'm going to show you what this contains. Now, this is both the anaglyph, the Blu-ray 3D version and the anaglyph version, and it comes with cards. And they're an anaglyph 3D, so you can look at your 3D glasses, they'll pop out. See? And I want to say that these two movies are fun. Now, if you did like my review, please comment or express insult or constructive criticism, whichever you choose. I can take any. I hope you enjoyed this review. Bye.